Does this sound familiar? My client had the big title. She had the top project. She had the best team. And still, her emails were ignored, her meetings were skipped, and when she gave clear direction, it was forgotten. And this is how she came to me. I'm not trying to be a tyrant, but I am the leader. I'm in charge here. If you've ever been in this position where your authority feels invisible, well, this happens often and for very specific reasons. But more importantly, it's not because you're doing anything wrong. In today's video, we'll talk about why this happens to smart, capable professionals, especially women, what not to do when you're being dismissed, and how to hold your authority without losing your sanity or your standards. I'm Christina Holloway. I'm a PCC certified executive coach, and on this channel, I discuss the most powerful ways you can build your career through confident communication, leadership development, and navigating a tough work culture. All right, so let's get started. Let's start here. If you're in charge, but no one's listening, if people ignore your emails, derail your meetings, or explain your job back to you, you are not imagining it and you're not alone. This happens quite frequently. I coach executives across tech, healthcare, nonprofits. I mean, this dynamic shows up everywhere. It can happen when you get promoted over someone who thinks they deserved it, you're leading people with more tenure than you, or you simply don't fit their internal picture of what a leader should look like. Sometimes the resistance is passive aggressive, a smile and a stall. Other times it's flat out disrespect. And let's be clear, this isn't about power trips. It's about protecting your leadership, your team, and your mental health. So let's talk about what makes this so painful or really hurtful. You're still doing your work, but now you're carrying an invisible workload. Rereading your emails to check your tone, running every meeting twice, once in real time and again in your head, questioning if you're the problem. You are not the problem. That's emotional labor, and it's often invisible. According to Harvard Business Review, microaggressions like being interrupted, ignored, or second guessed create an ongoing psychological burden, especially for women and people of color. Over time, this leads to burnout, disengagement, and loss of confidence. There's more going on here than just personality clashes or we just don't get along. This is about power dynamics and how subtle disrespect chips away at our belief in ourselves. So, what do you do when your authority is undercut? Let's talk about a framework I've been using with my clients lately because this really happens so often. Essentially, there are 3 paths, and you decide which path to use depending on your situation. Number 1, contain it. Use this when the situation is frustrating but temporary. Maybe the person is close to retirement or the org is in flux. In this case, it helps to switch out of a reactive mode. If that person won't cooperate with me, then I'm going to force them to. You're not going to win a power struggle with someone who just doesn't care about being there anymore. So that's your new mindset. Now, you just need to protect your priorities so you can succeed. Tactics to consider: create workarounds. Go directly to the team instead of working through that person. Use clear documentation instead of chasing collaboration. I'm going to give quite a few client examples here today because this is a consistent theme. For example, one client had a colleague who ignored her directives and claimed he didn't remember being told he couldn't spend his budget on this particular item because he was going to spend that money whether she liked it or not, and he was headed to retirement. So she worked around him by messaging his team directly, and it kept things on track until he left, and then she could replace him with someone else. Number 2, confront it. This path is for when disrespect is hurting delivery on an important project or becoming contagious on the team. Let's talk about mindset again. This isn't about confrontation. That's not the win. It's about clarity and accountability. That's your power move. When you remove confrontation as the win, you realize that success comes from how you handle the situation. Tactics to consider: document missed deliverables or broken agreements. Align with stakeholders behind the scenes. Set expectations in writing. For example, my client is a director leading a complex initiative, and she had a stakeholder who refused to delay a non-priority deliverable. After being ignored repeatedly, and she told me, "I've been really nice." Well, that didn't work. She aligned with other decision makers by creating coalitions, documented the misalignment, and called a team meeting. Her win wasn't forcing compliance, it was maintaining her professionalism while others took notice. This one is very hard. It's hard to get out of the reactive mode and move into the I can be successful here despite this person undermining me. If you're in this situation, work on it because it's hard. But you can do it. I believe in you. Number 3, cut it loose. Some people won't change. They may be resentful, political, or just unwilling to listen to someone below them or beneath them on paper or in their mind. Your goal? Protect yourself and your team from long-term damage. For example, one client requested to have a colleague removed from her team after being ignored, dismissed, and bypassed repeatedly. When she finally acted, she reclaimed her time and sanity, and she also sent a message. This behavior doesn't belong here. Another client had someone assigned to him who really didn't want to be there. That person always went to the skip level and bypassed him altogether. The solution was to let him do it and create a soft link to the skip level. He got agreement from the skip level and it was a done deal. Then he told me, this guy is not my problem anymore, and it worked. No hard feelings and respect for everyone involved. So, what's really going on here with these interpersonal dynamics? When I use the Hogan assessment with clients, 2 personality traits often show up in these moments. Excitable, the tendency to internalize rejection and spiral emotionally when things feel out of control. Adjustment, the degree to which someone stays calm under pressure and recovers from setbacks. If your excitable score is high and your adjustment is low, situations like this will feel deeply personal and the emotional toll is real. Quick disclaimer, it is not destiny either. You just have to be aware of the tendencies and then manage them so they don't undermine your best efforts. But here's what I also tell my clients. Disrespect doesn't define your authority, but your response does. And let's talk about trust. According to a 2023 Gallup survey, only 21% of US employees say they strongly trust their leadership. That trust erodes even faster when communication breaks down and authority is unclear. If you're in a leadership role and your team isn't following, it's not just about you. It's about a larger trust gap. And if you've inherited someone else's hire, like one of my clients did when she was told her new VP doesn't know how to send email, yo, what? That's not a you problem. That is a systems problem, one that creates weaponized incompetence, which is a topic we'll explore in a future video. Okay, so let's quickly hit a few traps to avoid. Don't beg for respect. You'll lose more ground. Don't be nice, be kind. Don't try to over-explain or soften yourself to be more palatable. Don't become passive-aggressive yourself. It just makes you part of the problem. Side note, SHRM says passive-aggressive employees are among the most disruptive in any workplace, and they often get away with it by appearing polite on the surface. Instead, lead with clarity. Let your results speak. Use documentation and direct language, and protect your peace. If your authority is being ignored right now, I want you to know you didn't earn your role by accident. You don't need to prove your worth to people who refuse to see it. And you don't need to go it alone. I'm hosting a free workshop this month called Rebuild, Rebrand, Reclaim, Reset Your Career Before the New Year. If you've been worn down by your work environment, this is your space to take back your power. The link is in the description below. Come join us. And if you've been in a situation like this, leave a comment below. I've been there. Because when we share these stories, we remind each other that respect isn't requested, it's earned, protected, and held. And if this helped you, subscribe. I've got more coming next week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.